G'day guys, welcome back. Today is another UFO chat video. Now those of you who are watching this on my main YouTube channel, Primal Waters, please subscribe to my new channel, Searching for UFOs Australia. It's going to be a dedicated channel about UFO chats. Now the link for that will be in the description bar down below, so please come over and subscribe if you're interested in UFOs. So today we're going to be talking about the Westall UFO incident of 1966, which took place here in Australia. It's probably one of the well-known UFO encounters in Australian history, with nearly 200 witnesses who saw this unexplained object in the sky, which then apparently landed and hung around for about 20 minutes before being chased off by some unknown aircraft as well. So we'll talk about this. I'll read some information I found on the web. Anything else I will link in the description bar down below for you guys to go check it out yourselves and have a bit of a look at it. It's quite interesting as well. So the Westall UFO encounter is an event that occurred on the 6th of April 1966 in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Around 11 a.m. for about 20 minutes, more than 200 students and teachers of two Victorian state schools allegedly witnessed an unexplained flying object which descended into a nearby open wildgrass field. The paddock was adjacent to a grove of pine trees in an area known as the Grange. According to reports, the object then ascended in a northwesterly direction over the suburb of Clayton, South Victoria, Australia. So a lot of students saw this. I'm not too sure about how many teachers, but we do know there was one teacher who did actually get a sight of this. Yeah, very, very interesting. Every now and then this story gets brought up. I think every 10 years or anniversary or something like that. I think the students of the time, you got to remember this was back in 1966, I think they catch up every now and then and have this reunion type thing over the encounter, which is quite interesting. Just read on. Description. Around about 11 a.m. on Wednesday, 6th of April 1966, a class of students and a teacher from Westall High School were just completing a sports activity on the main oval when an object described as being a grey saucer-shaped craft with a slight purple hue and being about twice the size of a family car was alleged to have been seen. Witness descriptions were mixed. Andrew Greenwood, a science teacher, told the Dandenong Journal at the time that he saw a silvery-green disc. According to witnesses, the object was descending and then crossed and overflew the high school's southwest corner, going in a southeasterly direction before disappearing from sight as it descended behind a stand of trees and into a paddock at the Grange in front of the Westall State School. After a short period, around about 20 minutes, the object, with witnesses now numbering over 200, then claimed at speed and departed towards the northwest. As the object gained altitude, some accounts describe it as having been pursued from the scene by 5 unidentified aircraft which circled the object. Described one disc. Some claim to have seen. Some described one disc. Some claim to have seen 3. Really interesting. Now, some of the documentary videos I've actually seen on this talk about what actually took place after. Apparently, military people rocked up, police, fireys rocked up as well, but there's no actually evidence or anything being logged by the police or by the Metropolitan Fire Brigade in Victoria of this incident taking place. There was also a Channel 9 crew who went there straight after hearing about this story, who tried to interview some of the students and teachers, but they were blocked from getting there as well. And apparently eyewitnesses also encountered 2 army vehicles, trucks, who went into the paddock where a print into the paddock was left from one of the objects landing as well. Some of the other documentary, you see how the government has kind of covered this up, and it's real secretive. And you got to look at the time as well. In 1966, you had the Vietnam War going on. It was the height of the Cold War as well, and it's really interesting story. Now, some skeptics are claiming that what the students actually saw that day was a weather balloon, like it's always brought up. But this was I think a military weather balloon, what was detecting radiation in the atmosphere, because around that time as well in South Australia, out near Woomera, that's when nuclear tests were being conducted, I think, by the Australians and the British as well. So but very interesting story. You know, you've got nearly 200 people who've witnessed them. I know most of these are students, and a lot of people are just saying, how reliable can you get an eyewitness account from students? But there were some teachers. The only teacher who actually confirmed his sighting was Andrew Greenwood. The other ones did not want to talk about it. But it's really interesting. And apparently a couple of days before, there was actually a photo taking by a person working in their yard. If I can find that image, I'll attach it with this video. If not, I'll try and find it, and then I'll have it on my Facebook page, and I'll share it on Twitter as well. I'll link those pages and the Twitter page in the description bar down below as well. So, but it's an interesting story. But yeah, the investigators were able to speak to many. Yeah, so yeah, it's just one of those just unexplained things. And apparently around that time, there must have been a lot of UFO sightings. I've gone back. There's a site called Project 1947, and he's documented pretty much most of UFO sightings here in South Australia. Now, Woomera is an area which I will get in more detail in another video, another day. But Woomera is, I would class as Australia's Area 51. A lot of testing of unknown aircraft, and from 1947 all the way up to 1977, there was a lot of testing of nuclear weapons and rockets as well. But in the 60s and 50s, it was just a lot of UFO sightings in Australia. Apparently, Australia was like the UFO capital of the world at that time, apparently. So, but there you have it, guys. That's today's story. But like I said, those of you who are watching this from my other channel, please come over. If you're interested in UFOs, come over and subscribe to that channel. What I'm going to be looking at is UFO encounters that take place here in Australia. And also, I love sky watching. I'm going to be going out a fair bit and doing a bit of my own research, and sharing it with you as well. So stay tuned for that. So come over, subscribe to the channel, come follow my pages on Facebook and on Twitter, and we'll see how we go. Hey guys, all right, that's it for today's video. Thank you for joining in. Drop a comment down below, hit that like button, share this video, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.